That's my mariachi band. Happy Cinco de Mayo! ¿Cómo está? Buenas tardes, amigos and amigas. Well, guys, it is Cinco de Mayo, and what a day. Glorious day this morning. Chilly in the mid-afternoon. Still a little chilly now. Perfect day for a frosted chachi because it's tequila. Well, mine is, and all I'm missing is my sombrero hat with the chips in it and some dip. Happy Thursday. Tuesday. Good God, Tori. It's Tuesday. I'm so happy to see you all, or I don't know who I can see, but I'm hoping I'm coming into your living rooms or on your iPads, or your bedrooms, or your phones, or your bathrooms, or wherever it is that you watch me. But anyway, I hope everyone is good. I've had a great day. I've had a great day. I hope you've had a great day. We went to do a drive-by birthday party for our little friend Chase. Little friend, he's 16. He's not so little anymore. And we got in the car. Now, I know we've had this conversation before because, everyone has their space in the house. The girls each have their rooms. Kai does have part of her room I have my closet in because we have small spaces. And Richard has our bedroom with his closet. The basement is primarily Ava and Richard's area. She has a art bench and he has his drums there and hanging clothes. I have our ski bags and stuff down there, but pretty much everyone has their space. So my space is my car because it's mine, okay? And it's not the shoebox, and as I tell my kids, it's not the shoebox, it's not the laundry room, it's not the trash, it's not the toy box, it's not the school supply holder, none of the above. It's none of the above, especially for you because it's mine. I also have the strict rule of no eating food and sticky and in my car because that's my car and you're not the one that's cleaning it. Well, we get in the car to go to the birthday drive-by, and all of a sudden they're like, the dog's in the car. I'm like, well, why is the dog? Dog's not coming with us. The dog's going on a walk. Well, why can't she come? Because the dog's not coming. Richard already said he's taking the dog for a walk. So, okay. So, Kai, let the dog out. Phil, let the dog out. She's like, Ruby, go outside, get on the deck. I'm like, just let the dog back in the house, Phil. She's like, ugh. And all of a sudden I hear this this sound. And I'm like, do you have a bowl of ice cream in the car that you're physically eating right now that you brought from inside the house? Where 2 seconds ago you were walking around like Hugh Hefner with your robe on and your bra and your sweatpants with your bowl of ice cream, and now you're in my car with it? Like, excuse me? Have we just met for the first time, Phil? Let me introduce myself. I'm Mom, and that's my car. And your stuff doesn't come in my car like that, and especially a bowl of ice cream. It's like she just went nuts. Like I don't know who this person is that just moved in, but don't bring your ice cream into my car. Like a bowl of ice cream from the house. Like, not like we were at Sue and Steve and we got an ice cream. It's like I physically took the bowl out of the cabinet, scooped a bunch in, and then boom. Yeah, that's what happened. So Phil brought it right back in the house. So upon coming back from that, I still the ice cream, and Phil just walked right by and said, excuse me, Phil, can you go fix that? Clean that up? Sure, Mom. Which is great, because Phyllis did it. But I just walked by the sink, and there's like all the spoons. I'm like, the dishwasher's right there. You can't, is it like physically painful for you to pick them up and put them in the dishwasher? Like, come on. These are things that make me mental. It is what it is. Maybe it's my OCD. Maybe it's not. I just know when there's a dishwasher right next to the sink, why are they in the sink? not in the dishwasher. I don't know. So, this gentleman's jogging by, sweet boy in the neighborhood. How come some people make jogging look like it's effortless? Some people make jogging look like what is the point? It looks like it's so painful you feel like you're gonna die. I'll raise my hand. That's probably me when I jog. Some people look like they're just prancing along, like, what's the big deal? I just ran 26 miles. I want to love to run, and I just can't. I'm one of those people that make it look like it's painful and difficult, and like you want to pull over and put me in your car and bring me home. That's how bad you feel for me watching me jog by you. It's not a nice sight. It's like a mess going by in spandex. I don't wear spandex though. I wear like shorts, like running shorts. But you know what I'm saying? It's like a whole lot of mess going by, and you're just like, what? You wanted to say, girl, what's the point? Let's just get you home. That would be me. If you see me jogging, that's what's going to happen. Anyway, he just made it look like it was lovely. He was just kind of hopping right along. But yeah, not me. I don't do well jogging. I was just going to tell you guys something. You can always tell when I lose my train of thought a little bit. I just kind of go into outer space. But it'll come back, I'm sure, at some point. I hope. Mental pause is what I call it. It's like what's happening to me at my age and then losing my mind at the same time. And you have moments of flipping out and being mental, like outer body experience. For men, you know what? This is actually something you men should know. Because I know, like, no, we don't want to talk about waxing and like all the girl stuff, but this is really important for you gentlemen to know about mental pause. We can't help it. And I think that's something you should know. Like, if we have a moment of a flip out, we can't help it sometimes. It just shows up. It's like the hot flash. You can't help it. It just shows up. All of a sudden, you're on fire on the inside, and it just shows on the outside because you turn beet red and you're pulling your clothes off at like an uncontrollable amount of speed. And then you lose your mind, and you are like a crazy person for about 3 minutes. And then all of a sudden, you're back to normal, and you're looking around the house like, why is everyone like horrified and afraid to even open their mouth? That's what happens. And it's uncontrollable. So when you start to see that amp up, either leave the room, don't add to it, or offer us a drink. I'm just saying. That might be the best way out of that one. I'm really excited. I get to go into my office tomorrow for a meeting. I'm not doing hair tomorrow. I'm just going in for a meeting. So don't get your hopes up. I'm just saying, I get to go see my people I work with that I haven't seen in months. And there's not a lot of us, so it's a safe environment. But we have to discuss what we're going to do and when we can come back to you. So that's kind of cool, right? That's kind of cool. You know, and that's the other thing that's tough. We work in a very small salon. There's only 5 chairs. And so there's that part of, you know, it's when we do go back, it's going to have to be, you know, kind of a one-on-one thing, as they're saying, you know. But again, it's still, everyone's protection is at our utmost. Like, that's what we want, for everyone to be safe and protected and well. And, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? I'll know more tomorrow. I don't think it's happening until July, though. Sorry to be Debbie Downer, folks. We'll bring it right back up. Bringing it right back up. Does anyone else, I'm going to go back to our house cleaning thing. Does anyone else, when they leave their house a certain way, when they come back home, and you look around, you're like, what? Like, only 2 people or 1 person came home since before you. How does this look like this? Like, I know the dog didn't do it. Like, I must have horrible OCD, or, I mean, I do. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. I do. But, like, someone comes in and they, like, take off their shoes and they leave them in one place, and then they leave something else, like their trail And then they take the blanket and they undo it and they just leave it in a clump. And I'm like, maybe this is why I need a she shed. Maybe this is why. So I can have my own apartment. Like my own apartment next to my house. That I can go back to my own apartment at night and it's just how I left it. And speaking of like messes, so our basement, that's one thing we were going to do during this quarantine, which we haven't done yet. And we are not hoarders, so don't get this in a weird space in your mind. But wondering if you lit a match just to kind of get rid of the extra stuff, would that be covered? I'm asking for a friend. I'm kidding. I'm not setting anything on fire. I just look at, every time I go in, I think, oh, why haven't I started this yet? And then something distracts me and I leave again. And maybe it's just I run out of the room quickly because I just can't stand to be amongst the stuff that needs to be thrown out or sorted through or fixed or figured out if we're keeping it. And again, this is not like a hoarding situation. It's just, as I've already explained, I have this OCD about being a minimalist in certain things in certain ways and liking things clean a certain way. And so, I guess I'm my own worst enemy that way. But Anyway, I'm just curious about if anyone else has had this big grandiose idea to do all these projects since we've been in quarantine and just hasn't done it yet. Or if you have, give me some tips, man. I could use them. So 13 days until quarantine is a little bit lightly lifted. And I'll also be 48. And I have to tell you, I don't feel like I'm almost 48, like I'm almost 50. I don't. I've obviously we've matured and come into age since our 20s and, but I feel like it's fun and young as I did in my 20s. A lot more knowledgeable and a lot more comfortable with my being inside and out. But aging has not been something that I get upset about. And I think there's a lot of people like, I can't believe I'm going to be, the only thing that makes me sad about aging, and I've always said this, is if I could live to be 150 and feel well, I would. Because I like to live. I love waking up in the morning and I love doing stuff and I love to see what the next day is going to bring. And my kids and their cute little faces, even when they look at me like, hey, why are you bothering me? Like Tyrannosaurus Rex coming at you. But I don't want people to feel like they shouldn't feel good about aging, because aging's a good thing, because we're wiser. The only bummer part is we're just getting closer to where more things start to fall apart. So don't let your stuff fall apart. Take care of yourself, right? Get out there and get that fresh air and that vitamin D and laugh. Everybody should be laughing a lot, because laughter is the best medicine. I didn't just make that up. That's something that's been out there for a long time. But it's true. It's the best medicine you could ever give yourself is laughter and forgiveness and the freedom to just be who you are and be okay with who you are. All those things will make you live longer. They truly will. And this is kind of funny. This is me skipping around again, but this happened last night and I thought it was funny. I was upstairs saying something to Phyllis and I was checking in on something and I was like, okay, Phil, blah, blah, blah. And I went to go downstairs and all of a sudden I heard Crumbs say to me, Louis Crumbs said, why wouldn't you say that to me? And I'm like, what? She's like, well, why wouldn't you were just checked in on Kai. I'm like, anytime I open your door to see if you're okay, you're like, no. So I found it funny that all of a sudden she's yelling at me because I'm not checking in. But I'm like, I check in on you every day to make sure you're alive. And you could shoot green vomit out at me when I open why are you opening the door? And meanwhile, you're like, why didn't you check on me? I'm like, pick a lane. Which one do you want me to be in? Anyway, those kids, they're funny. They do that kind of stuff to you. Not a lot to say today. Maybe not even that funny today. I don't really even care. It's Cinco de Mayo, and I'm going to drink a lot of tequila tonight because why not? Right? And not just having one today. I'm going to have 3. So, you're welcome. Maybe I should film after that. No, probably not a good idea. It'd be like a nighttime you're welcome. I'd be like in my pajamas. My hair would be all in something. There'd probably be a lot more expletives that I shouldn't be saying. So we'll keep it for the 5 o'clock show. Anyway, I hope everybody has a fantastic Cinco de Mayo. I hope that everyone has a frosted chachi of whatever that entails for you to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. And I hope that you have a sombrero full of chips at home. I do not, but I'm going to find somehow to get myself some Mexican food into this mouth because it is one of my favorites. And so thanks for listening. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Thanks for talking about You're Welcome. It's fun for me. It's something to look forward to. I hope you guys still like it, even when I'm not super funny, or maybe that's too much of like, atta girl. I don't know if I'm that funny. I just sometimes say what's on my mind. So anyway, hope it works for you. I love you guys. I'm going to put my mariachi band back on. You guys ready? I think they're ready. And we're going to call it a night. So here you go. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And you're welcome. Happy Cinco de Mayo from my mariachi band and myself. You're welcome. See you tomorrow.